Hello, I'm Jane Dutton with a wrap of the week's news.
This is Eyewitness News.
Police have arrested 3 people in connection with Thursday night's mass shooting in Bishop Lavis in Cape Town. 7 people were killed in the incident. This comes after 5 people were shot and killed in Atlantis on Wednesday. Anti-gang unit detectives are investigating both incidents.
And I'm happy to say 3 people were arrested now, and also a 9mm pistol was also confiscated.
Just kilometres away, 400 people were stuck on Table Mountain yesterday.
I think I heard about it because I was being escorted by one of the top executives there. And she then just told me, well, we can't go down at the moment because there's a fire down there and the cable car service has been stopped. And that must have been after 1 o'clock. And I eventually came down around 5.
That was triggered by a fire inside the parking garage. Today, operations at the cableway have been halted temporarily. Structural engineers are investigating the damage caused to the garage and the administration building after a bank of lithium batteries caught alight. This is the man accused of raping and then murdering a 6-year-old girl. Petete Sara Simao made a brief appearance in the Protea Magistrates Court this morning. Police arrested him this week for the rape and murder of Amantle Samanye. It's understood he lured the little girl to his shack in Orlando, Soweto, while she was playing with friends.
He takes the child while playing, which amounts to kidnapping, and thereafter rapes the child, which on its own is so savage. There are no words to explain it. And thirdly, murders the child. It was even hard to look at this fellow inside the court. Because when you look at him, you are overcome by emotion. You are overcome by a sense of anger that we should have amongst us here in the country, a person like that.
Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane left the EFF for her family. Now she has a new one. The former EFF Member of Parliament has joined the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. The 1-year-old party has been announcing the first of its provincial leaders. MK Party Secretary General Sifiso Maseko says Mkhwebane will be the organization's Mpumalanga leader.
Advocate Mkhwebane is a seasoned public servant and true fighter for justice and equal rights, and we all bear testimony to that. Yes. She is the former public protector who was unlawfully removed from the office for confronting the status quo and asking necessary and relevant questions to the sitting head of state.
The new member to the MK Party is former ANC KwaZulu-Natal Executive Committee member Willie Nkunu. As we barrel towards Christmas, we hear that Watergeddon is amongst us. Gauteng's water crisis is likely to get worse than it already is. Rand Water warns dry taps are looming after chronic leaks, which loses 33% of our water, and an increase in water demand made worse by the recent hot weather. Rand Water has now exceeded the maximum amount of water that it's allowed to draw from the country's dams.
Immediately, we are going to declare war on water losses, and that each and every municipality would invest with the support of Rand Water and ourselves to detect water losses.
When a snub is not a snub, while former President Thabo Mbeki has suggested he was snubbed at former Minister Tito Mbowene's funeral, Eyewitness News understands he wasn't the only one with a prepared tribute that could not be delivered. At least 4 others were asked by some family members to pay tribute to the 65-year-old politician. Mbeki ended up making public his tribute.
I also speak of the historic and urgent task to defend the democratic revolution and its leader, the ANC. To honor Comrade Tito and his legacy, our voices must ring out very loud and clear to promote these 2 strategic tasks, reaching out to all of the relevant stakeholders, hoping that they will hear us. As I've heard Comrade Tito say on occasion, I too will repeat. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. laba bangana tindlebe takutwa abadwe abo banendlebe zokuva mabeve.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has used the annual BRICS summit, which wrapped up on Thursday in Russia, to once again call for a ceasefire in Gaza. More than 30 world leaders gathered in Kazan for the annual meeting, which now includes new members such as Iran, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. But Ramaphosa has upset his Government of National Unity partner, the DA, by referring to Russia as an ally and friend of South Africa.
The continuing conflict in Gaza, the Middle East, resulting in the death of so many Palestinians, is a matter of great concern. We must continue to insist that there should be a ceasefire with immediate effect.
Ramaphosa also steered clear of raising Russia's war with Ukraine, for which the summit's host, President Vladimir Putin, is wanted for war crimes by the International Criminal Court. Ending a marriage that the entire country was invested in. Some even called on President Ramaphosa to step in and stop it from happening. That's when Springboks captain Siya Kolisi and his wife Rachel Kolisi announced their divorce on social media. The couple recently returned home after living in France for a year with their family. They've been married for 9 years. They say the decision was a mutual one, following deep reflection and open conversation. And here's something to do tomorrow. The 35th annual Johannesburg Pride is back on the streets of Sandton. This year's event marks a significant milestone, celebrating 35 years since Africa's first ever Pride March. And that's it from me and the team. Have a very good weekend.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.